Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're going to do 3 top makeup artist tips that you can use on your makeup, especially your eye makeup, to make your eye makeup look that much more polished and that much more refined. These are like universal guidelines that makeup artists use on their clients. I know I use them on my clients, and it really helps to make all my eye makeup just look that much better. Doesn't make a difference how old you are, doesn't make a difference how much experience you have applying your own makeup or what kind of skin you are. These are going to be universal guidelines that are going to help you feel more confident in applying your own makeup. I hope you enjoy. So tip number 1 is curl your lashes, ladies. Now if you look at, for example, a red carpet event, you have all the celebrities down the red carpet, they all have this kind of like really bright-eyed, wide-eyed, fresh, youthful appearance to their makeup. And if you look at their eyes look very open, everyone looks like they slept for like a million years beforehand and they've just woken up like Sleeping Beauty. No, it's not. It's lash curling, girls, lash curling. So get your lash curlers out. And whether you wear lots of eye makeup or not, you just kind of leave the house with some mascara on, curling your lashes beforehand is really going to help you appear more bright-eyed, a more youthful appearance. It just looks fresher, brighter. Your eye actually appears wider and larger, which is what most people kind of want from their eye makeup. If you only really wear mascara in a day, you don't really wear much makeup, curling your lashes is a really, really simple way of making your eyes look that much prettier, because it really gives like a very pretty effect to the eye. So that's my tip number 1. If you haven't bought a lash curler so far, go and invest in one. This one that I've got right here, you'll actually see me using, is actually a MAC one. Although Mora have won tons of awards for all of their lash curlers. They're also great, but lots of places sell lash curlers. I'd always recommend getting ones that actually have a rounded pad just here. And what you want to do is rest this part here against your face. So for those who haven't tried lash curling before, do give it a go, and it really does help, you'll see. So you want to rest this against the face. Don't try and do it totally freehand without supporting yourself. The other key thing is to always do it before applying mascara. I never want to see any lash curling happening after the mascara is applied. Mascara tends to be sometimes quite sticky once it's first applied, and I've heard of horror stories, ladies, where people have gone in after with their mascara and pulled out all their lashes. I would just die. I wouldn't know what to do. So curl your lashes beforehand and put your mascara on afterwards. For those who like a really, really intense curl, I would say I always do kind of like one eye and then apply mascara to that eye before the lashes kind of fall as such, before, while it still has the curl in place. So you kind of curl, then do the mascara, and then curl, then do the mascara. If you haven't curled your lashes before, once you've rested it on the face here, you kind of like want to clamp it a few times before you release it, and you'll definitely see how your lashes will just spread out and your eye will look just so much bigger. So tip number 2, ladies, is eyeshadow primer. Wearing an eyeshadow primer is really going to help your eye makeup just to last that much longer. In fact, eyeshadow primers also really help to even out the skin tone on the lids before even applying any eyeshadow. Now myself and a friend of mine who is a makeup artist actually tasked ourselves a few years ago to do an eye makeup without a primer. And it was impossible. It's an impossibility for me to actually do any eye makeup without a primer. That's why you see so many makeup artists actually use them. Even if you don't wear any eye makeup at all and you leave the house every day and you wear nothing at all, wear an eyeshadow primer. It just really helps to neutralize redness on the lids that you get from your veins coming through. But whether you're wearing eyeshadow over the top or you're not wearing any eyeshadow over the top at all, using an eyeshadow primer is really going to help your eye makeup to look that much better. They also really help with kind of oiliness on the eyelids. I mean, my eyelids get super oily. So like per day, if I wasn't to wear a primer, I'd be running my fingers, like swiping my fingers across, like hourly removing the excess oil. And again, a primer will stop the excess oil coming onto the lids as well. So get those primers on. Now, the brands that I've got here are Urban Decay Primer Potion. This is a very popular one. This is original. And the other one, which is very, very popular, MAC do these paint pots like this. Too Faced also do one. Those are kind of like 3 most popular, I'd probably say, brands currently on the market. Now, when applying your eyeshadow primer, I usually tend to use either a brush or my finger. And if I'm using, for example, the Urban Decay one, which is a clear one as opposed to it having any kind of overt colour to it, I take it from my lash line all the way up to underneath my eyebrow. So when you buy your eyeshadows, you know, it's worth investing in the primer as well underneath, because it really helps to increase the longevity of your eyeshadows so much more. There's like no point going through the process of applying this really beautiful eye makeup if it's only going to crease a few hours afterwards, you know. And using the primer underneath, I've known people who've woken up the next morning and they're like, my eye makeup is still in place and exactly where they applied it, you know, kind of like 12 hours beforehand. Now I know a lot of people actually use concealer on their eyes as a primer. For me, that doesn't particularly work. I really find using a primer actually helps as opposed to a concealer. A concealer will still crease, I find, unless you get like a non-creasing style concealer, which are kind of like hard to come by. This is like a desert island product for me. So my third top tip is blend. Blend, 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 and then blend some more. And when in doubt, blend, and blend is your friend. I know, it sounds really cheesy, right? But it's so true. Eye makeup could look so much better if it was better blended. Whether you're doing a natural eye makeup or a smoky eye makeup, blending is really going to help the situation just so much more. Now, anything that involves doing anything to do with the crease or the socket line, again, you'll need a blending brush to really make that look just that much more refined. Now, blending brushes really ought to be more natural head. If it's natural head, it's going to tend to move the shadow around much better on the eyes as well. Now, if you want to apply your eye makeup, you wanted a really like intense pop of colour on the lid, that's great, but you'll still need a blending brush to kind of like work that colour into the, you know, to fade it out. And if you're doing like a smoky eye, this is really going to help situations when you may feel that you're, you know, you're kind of like punched in the face, is what most people kind of describe their eye makeup as when they're doing a smoky eye and it's all going like a bit pear-shaped, is to blend out the corners, and you'll find it's going to make the world of difference to your eye makeup. Can't stress it enough. Now this brush that I'm demonstrating all this with is the Sigma blended brush in the E40, number E40 it's called. This is a great brush. I often use the MAC 224 brush as well, that's also great. It's really one of those brushes that I don't think, again, I can do any eye makeup without a blending brush. It'd be pretty impossible to do any eye makeup without a blending brush. So those are my simple professional makeup tips for making your eye makeup look that much hotter. I hope you enjoyed. If you haven't done so already, press that subscribe button, show me some love, that would be great. If you want to see a particular video for next week, just write a comment, go on, write it, let me know, I'd love to hear from you. See everyone next week. Have a great week, everyone. Bye.